How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Titletown Tonight. We are in episode 13. Can you fucking believe it? We've been
13 weeks.
We've been on the video waves for over 13 weeks now.
It's a lot of weeks.
It's a lot of weeks. I can't even I had to look at the amount of video. I did
count.
I did count on my fingers. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Can't go that high.
Can't do it anymore.
All 13 of his fingers.
My brain degeneration has gotten to me.
Too strong.
I think the degeneration more came from the performance of the Green Bay Packers this last week against the Carolina Panthers. Leave it to Bryce Young beating us in Lambeau again for the second time in a row.
Doing absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah,
actually, the first time he did pretty good.
He did phenomenal.
But yeah,
even by non-Bryce Young standards, it was an atrocious performance. All phases of the ball were mediocre at the most. I mean,
it's frustrating. Defense was fine. It was good enough. The entire game, I'm not a man to blame the coach usually, but holy shit, dude.
We've been doing it every week.
After watching the Browns game and seeing them, maybe we shouldn't be ultra conservative this week because you have a strong opponent next week. Why the fuck do you keep doing this?
Yeah, and it came for absolutely butt-fuck nothing because Tucker Kraft got injured with a torn ACL and is out for the rest of the season. Twinsies, by the way.
And then Matthew Golden got injured.
And he's day-to-day currently. At the max, worst case scenario, it's 2 weeks, but I don't see it being a leading issue. And obviously LVN being out. I mean, we're down a few chips. I think we're in the part of the season where if we can get by the Eagles, I think there's a little bit more comfortability in that respect.
Yeah, I was thinking Christian Watson's rookie year is looking similar to Matthew Golden's rookie year because he was buns for the first 10 games. Week 11.
And then he popped off.
He went insane. Mm-hmm. So I hope that's going to be the case.
I feel like it's all very intentional. I mean, obviously ball share is a huge thing. There's a lot of conspiracy going around that the Packers only drafted Golden to appease the home draft crowd, which, as someone who's at the draft, I'm more than okay with, I think.
I think it's more of a smart move similar to Jordan Love with Aaron Rodgers kicking the other receivers in the gear, saying, "Hey, you're replaceable," basically.
No, absolutely.
I think that's a very similar thing they did to Aaron Rodgers, and I think that also happened to work on him getting 2 Super Bowls after getting drafted, or 2 Super Bowls. I fucking wish. 2 MVPs.
We deserved at least 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, we did, really.
I also still hold firm on my belief that Matthew Golden's true potential comes before the pass, and we've noticed a lot more with him being on motions and dissecting defenses. I do think that we're going to open up his playbook a lot more towards the end of the season, and
I know.
I think
sucks.
I think it's a smart move because obviously with a lot of rookie mistakes, you don't want to give them all your information and show everyone all of your cards right off the bat, just for him to fuck up and make the mistake and then them be able to identify, this is what it was supposed to be. Now we already know how to remedy it before it was actually successful.
Now we got another playoff contender coming to Lambeau. Well, not even contender.
Not even a contender.
A lock. Playoff lock.
Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, and I'm very excited for this game. And I'm really I genuinely, in my mind, think that we had a better chance to lose against the Panthers than the Eagles just because of Matt LaFleur. Specifically, that play calling was it was the worst of this. It was worse than the Browns game.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
It wasn't even just conservative. It was Julian Edelman said at halftime, it's like playing with your food.
Yeah.
And not only were we playing with our food, but we just weren't executing on the things that we were trying to do the bare minimum on.
Yeah.
I think we know where the Packers' ceiling could be. We haven't seen it yet. I don't think.
Every single time they got in the red zone, I was so mad. Is a screen pass or a run up the middle
Yeah.
or a drag route. That was it.
I think we were 1 for 5. Yeah, 1 for 5 in the red zone.
The red zone was so abysmal. The play calling was so bad. I've never even seen an NFL team call such pussy-made plays in my life.
It was really rough. And I
think he's trying to be the Patriots.
Considering that we did hold the Panthers to 16, I mean, that's something that we could, reward the defense with a little bit. I mean, Rico Dowdle was rushing down our throats.
Yeah.
But Xavier McKinney got an interception and the only sack of the game. Yeah. And Micah Parsons had no meaningful pressures.
Yeah.
Rashawn was held in check the whole game. So there's clearly a weakness that can be exploited on the defensive line.
Also, people need to realize how good, how quick that turnaround was for the Panthers O-line. And I think that might be
they have an elite O-line.
Almost entirely the reason why they're 5-4 is that O-line. Because Bryce Young really hasn't done anything this season, but the run game has been really steady. He's getting plenty of protection. And
even with that protection, 11 for 20, 102 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a pick. He relied on Rico Dowdle, 5.2 yards per carry, 25 carries for 2 tuds. He was unstoppable.
It's crazy to see Chuba on the bench.
I know.
I thought, personally, I thought he was an opportunity to get traded.
Yeah.
What's even the point if he's going to have 25% of carries? It's not like it's split backfield.
Yeah. The more I watch Bryce Young play and even looked at his college work, the less I really understand why he was drafted so high. He has the arm talent, don't get me wrong. He can definitely sling it, and he's made a lot of opportune plays in college, and he's definitely shown flashes in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I think that his stature is definitely working against him.
I think people often talk about that as a joke, but I really do think it's more important than people realize. Russell Wilson's really the only short quarterback with a success. He was 6 foot.
No, he
was 6 foot. Drew Brees was way taller. Russell Wilson was 5'10". He had success, but that was also with an elite defense.
Oh, he was 6 foot.
He was an elite defense. He had great wide receivers. He had a great O-line. And he had such a good low line that he could actually see over them.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Jacoby Brissett performing way better than Kyler Murray in the same offense because of this 5-inch difference.
Jacoby Brissett is another one of those guys that was just passed around so much, and he's finding success in certain systems. But if someone actually dedicated the time to building an offense and a scheme around Jacoby Brissett, I don't think he should have been passed around nearly as much as he did.
Yeah,
I love Jacoby Brissett. He's probably one of the most serviceable backups in the league.
And now Kyler's on IR, so
yeah.
We're fine.
I feel like I kind of sense a little bit of unease in the organization.
They wouldn't have put him on IR for just shits and gigs.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is I feel like they should have put him on IR sooner. That's
true.
If Jacoby Brissett didn't ball out as much as he did, I think they would have withheld Kyler from going on IR.
Yeah. And
longer.
As a Trey McBride owner, this is good shit. Because I just know he's going to be better at passing the ball than Kyler.
I mean, the Cardinals were absolutely phenomenal against the Cowboys. I watched a majority of the game.
Yeah.
I was mostly peering at it.
Yeah,
but they were dominant.
Every time I see quarterback successful against the Cowboys, you can't give them any credit.
Yeah, but I'm not even defensively with Walter Nolan being in his first game. Their pass rush is elite.
Beautiful. Yeah,
so many forced turnovers. It was just an amazing game for them overall. But before we get too carried away, I wanted to go over some offensive stats. 26 for 37, 273 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jordan Love just had a dud.
Well, I thought he played basically really well other than those 2 passes. Those 2 passes are some of the worst throws I've ever seen, especially the interception that got dropped. So in my mind, I see that play, and I have no idea what he's thinking.
So here's the thing. I actually kind of, looking back at it, it kind of makes sense because Romeo stops going after the ball once his foot is already out of bounds. because you can't be the first person to touch it. Both of his feet were out of bounds by the time Jordan rode left.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
It's Jordan's got to place trust in his guys.
Yeah.
Even with the position Romeo was in, he could have gone to the ball. It was a poor judgment call. I think Jordan was just forced to maneuver more than he needed to because we haven't been entirely creative with the play calling, and we had to wait until way too late, until there was way too much pressure on the line to just try to make something work. Feel like we're in fucking Mike McCarthy days, and he's looking at the play call sheet. He's just like, go do some cool shit, Aaron.
I think we need to start using Josh Jacobs more as a receiving back because he's been effective.
I think he's more he's a better receiving back than
when he gets space.
It's
just hard as hell to tackle him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you put him on a flat screen, even if it's man coverage, he got a one-on-one. I trust him to get 10 yards out of that.
He's kind of got that Eddie Lacy effect where he can definitely get stopped in the backfield fairly easily, but as soon as he's got like a modicum of momentum,
don't disrespect Pookie like that.
Which one?
Eddie.
I was gonna say
he never got stopped, unless it was Chinese restaurant.
I was gonna say unless if he was stopping for dinner. Speaking of Josh Jacobs, 17 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown, 5.1 a carry.
Yeah,
did pretty good. It was overall a well-rounded performance by Josh Jacobs. I think we could have utilized him a little bit better, especially in the early game. We were I don't even know if we can say conservative anymore. I just don't think
it's just bad.
It was
predictable.
It was incredibly predictable. Romeo Doubs, 7 receptions, 91 yards, pretty good. Christian Watson, 2 receptions, 58 yards. Luke Musgrave with 3 receptions for 34. I really think people need to take a breather. I get Tucker is probably the best tight end in the league. He might be.
High praise, but
he might be.
I think he's top 5 for sure, without a doubt.
Let's think about it though. Let's go over it. So Bowers, I'd say, is better.
Yes.
Currently.
Kittle's better at blocking.
I don't think overall Kittle is better than Tucker Kraft right now.
Yeah. Trey McBride's better.
I think they're close.
No, it's not.
Where are they at with the target share?
Right now, Trey McBride is the highest target share out of all the receivers.
Okay, so
same with Tucker Kraft. So I really don't. I think Trey McBride's better because his route
he's
running.
On your fantasy team.
Also he's literally the number 1 fantasy tight end in the league. So
I think Tucker Kraft is on par with Laporta. He's better than Hawkinson for sure.
He's better than Laporta. Just because of the run after catch. He's just I think
he has some speed.
It's crazy. It's crazy to watch.
He's got crazy body control too. When he's about to get tackled, he knows.
R.I.P.
It's so unfortunate. I mean that he couldn't have done anything to avoid that. To really avoid that injury.
It's just like you see that shit all the time, and it's just devastating. And you can't change the rules in any way to avoid those injuries. You can't. It's just gonna happen in the sport of football, but. To have that happen on a game that we were supposed to win by 2 touchdowns and then we lose, just like felt like getting shot while we were already down.
Yeah. I really think I want the NFL to implement my proposal, where we can't tackle like right above the knee or below, but we can have fights again in the NFL.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, I'm fine with the fights.
Don't take the helmets off.
But how are you tackling Derrick Henry?
Hips. You can get
hips.
Fuck
no. How is he gonna allow that?
I think you can grab onto their legs, but I don't think you should be able to put your head or your shoulders into someone's leg.
Also, yeah, agreed, and that's already a penalty.
Not really. Larry Fitzgerald has been someone in that's been advocating for the NFLPA to take that kind of tackling out of the game, because the majority of wide receiver injuries that either he has sustained or his fellow colleagues have been because either he just caught the ball and he's coming down with it, and someone's already at his knees. There's nothing you can do in those situations.
Yeah, it's when your feet is already planted with your cleats.
Especially in this cheap-ass turf, too. And I might be talking a little bit...
That's a good point, because, like, when your cleats are planted in dirt, your cleats are going to go up out of the dirt.
Yeah.
But if it's planted in turf, it's kind of like there's no leeway. Mm-hmm. There's no movement.
Speaking as a fellow ACL non-enjoyer.
Non-enjoyer.
I don't enjoy it. I decided to get rid of it,
Personally.
and it's been a journey.
He's getting his ACL back on the 12th.
I'm taking one of my quads and I'm threading the needle like
I'm
A-Rod.
trying to convince him to pull up to the pod with a wheelchair.
I'm not gonna get a fucking wheelchair.
Please.
That would be funny.
It'd
Just
be so funny.
rolling in the side.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, why not have it for a week if you can't walk?
I mean, we'll see. I don't really want to store a wheelchair in the apartment.
Let's rent a wheelchair. It's a week.
Where do you rent a wheelchair?
We should
start a business.
I'm sure you can rent wheelchairs.
We should start a rent a wheelchair business.
You know how many people are like temporarily crippled?
We could make so much money. We can make so much money off of them.
Yeah.
Oh, getting a
off of them. Damn.
I am getting a parking permit so I can park in all my handicap spaces. So next time you guys see me in public, treat me like a VIP because I can park wherever the fuck I want.
To all the fans we see in public.
You can park in regular spots. You can park at handicap spots.
You can park on the street.
You can park on the street.
You can park in the middle of the freeway.
You could. Yeah.
I got the sticker, guys.
I could park on somebody else's lawn.
It's true. Could.
Fucking burnouts. Burnouts on somebody else's lawn.
You see this? I'm handicapped. You can't
do anything about it.
You can't do anything about it?
Look at this. They're cooked.
You hate crippled people if you kick me off your lawn.
Yeah. Yep. No, you're canceled. I wanted to talk briefly about our corners.
Nah.
Fair enough. Keyshawn.
Hey, it's better than Deron Bland. Did you see that? Oh my God! If I had Deron Bland on my team, I'd feel sorry. He was on the ground looking like he was crying, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. just had the ball in the middle of the end zone.
Oh yeah, that play on the slant.
It was so nasty.
It was really bad. The comment. I remember watching that. And the commentators were like holding back a chuckle
because
they said you couldn't get much of a better release than that, and he just goes do. It wasn't like nothing special.
Yeah, didn't even touch him, and he's just on the ground.
Just fell to the fucking ground.
All right, welcome back. We had to do a brief intermission, not by choice, but technical difficulties. But we are going to be on the topic.
What technical difficulties?
Nothing. Everything's perfect. But you were talking about Keyshawn Nixon and how disappointing he was, but I think we got to... Nate Hobbs might be the most disappointing sign of the year so far.
I think that Keyshawn and Hobbs deserve equal amounts of disrespect.
Jesus.
I really think that they do because, listen, Keyshawn, he holds his own. And I think when you look at the games that we've had that we've played well on offense, I feel like circumstantially we don't really have to depend nearly as much on the corners to make a stop. But the last few weeks, Keyshawn's been letting up some pretty substantial flags. Yeah. Hobbs has obviously been burnt. Really don't think he should have been on the outside, and I hope he gets moved back on the inside. If we start looking into further depth options in free agency, I think that might change. But, yeah, I think Hobbs and Keyshawn, they've been allowing over 100 passer rating in the last few weeks. They've both been pretty ass. Carrington Valentine has definitely been holding his own, and he's been definitely one of my favorites since he's been drafted. He's shown so much promise, even in his rookie year.
Yeah.
And up to this point, I think he comes with a lot of swagger. He's a physical guy. He can get in your face.
It was funny when he gritted on Jamar.
Yeah, grittying on Jamar. breaking up a deep ball from Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he has those big play energy.
Yeah, big play energy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got that big P. Big P.
But I agree. He has been the best corner on our team. But obviously, there free agency rumors about Asante Samuel going to a Packers training. But he's also gone to like the Vikings, 49ers, Steelers. So do you think there's a good chance we sign not just Asante Samuel, but a cornerback in free agency?
I think it has to be Asante. If we want to make a meaningful impact, based on our performance in the pass rush recently, I mean, at least this last game, with Micah having zero pressures, Rashawn not really getting shit, and LVN being injured, we need to step up, and I think we're facing a fear that we've kind of had at the beginning of the season in running thin. Hobbs has been in and out with injury. He's been on a snap count. We haven't really seen him a whole lot. We're getting to the point now where Kamal Haddon's had, like, I think 17 snaps this last game. So I think signing Asante Samuel, while I'm not seeing him as the savior of the secondary, I think he definitely brings an element to the defense that we can probably better create more opportune matchups.
Yeah.
In this Jeff Hafley
Obviously,
defense.
Asante Samuel hasn't been on a team this year because of spinal fusion. Do you think that will play a big factor in not only his play but his contract?
It should. I think with any spinal injury and having a surgery like that, there's a lot of risk that he's putting on the line, and teams know that risk that he's putting on the line. Yeah. And the compensation will go around that, but the performance that he did have pre-injury was
pretty elite,
pretty damn good enough to get a solid contract.
Yeah.
So I think, in my opinion, this isn't going to come down to necessarily dollar amount, but length of contract. I think he's probably going to be looking for at least a 3-year contract, and we're looking at a bunch of teams that are looking at somebody that just had their spine literally put back together, and they're like, can we commit?
Yeah, it's hard.
That amount of time to this player? I mean, they've definitely shown what they can do, but we don't. I mean, no one wants another Jair situation.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Jair being traded to the Eagles.
We're playing
for a bag of chips.
For a bag of chips. I mean, what? Fucking hell.
I mean, he's basically useless.
Damn.
I mean, even when he's on the field, he's been bad for the Ravens. Like remember week 1 against the Bills?
Yeah.
He just kept fucking up. And
yeah.
I felt bad almost, which is weird. But he, obviously been injured. He's been out for more than 50% of the games, and the Eagles give up a 6th-round pick for Jair Alexander. It's like,
yeah,
damn.
It's interesting. I feel that the secondary, aside from the O-line, is probably the biggest ratio of, like, need to injury. Because when you think of, like, wide receiver, yeah, if your number one guy goes down, your offense kind of can become two-dimensional, but that's kind of on you.
Yeah.
If you didn't build a surrounding cast that had all these different strengths. But when it comes to a prime corner that you need to put on the best receiver, you can scheme around it, but that comes with its own set of vulnerabilities that if you have that one person out, then your entire defensive scheme needs to shift and will most likely have a major imbalance. So when you're thinking about signing someone like an Asante Samuel, or like when he was on the Packers, Jair Alexander, it's really a gamble when it comes to, because you could theoretically have an amazing cornerback that stays healthy for an entire season and changes the complexion of your defense.
Yeah.
At the same time, you could be in a money pit like the Ravens have been, and maybe the Eagles will be when he becomes injured again.
I think corner is also one of those weird positions where it really does not matter what scheme you're in, because 50% of the time or under you're running man, so there's really no difference there. And zone coverage packages are going to be different, but that's pretty easy to learn. But when you look at defensive line, they got I thought it was pretty simple. Just go through the gap or go around or whatever. But there's all these.
There's so many different
motions and pulls that you got to do that rely on your other teammates. I think corner is one of those. It's a less risky because that if they were successful in another team, they're probably going to be successful on your team.
I can disagree. I agree and disagree. I can agree with the point that it's more of a plug and play. I think there's less of a plug and play aspect when it comes to a D line, especially when you look at like how the Cowboys are starting to form.
Or a linebacker, because they gotta communicate too, or they also gotta learn man zone, and then obviously the blitzes.
Yeah. But cornerback is the most reactive position you have on the field, and that comes with a certain skill set that I would believe is probably the third most difficult position in the league.
I think it's the most difficult position in the league. Maybe
quarterback. Quarterback is proactive and reactive. Offensive line, it's just pure physical brutality.
In terms
plus strategic. Being a center, you're looking down your crotch. You're like, all right, he's there. Snap the ball. You have to have your head up, otherwise you're going to get a stinger.
I think quarterback's a fine argument, but I think you got to realize how much heat cornerbacks get when they get burnt. They're like, oh, my God, get this guy off the team.
How many times have we called out an O-lineman for letting up a sack?
We're not casuals. We know our O-line.
Many casuals are going to call out. I mean, look at somebody like David Bakhtiari. I know we called him out a lot because he just wasn't on the field.
Yeah.
But if your name gets called enough and you gain a certain amount of notoriety as an O-lineman, it's either going to be you're really good and you're not going to stay really good forever unless if you're part of the 0.01% of O-linemen that have a long career that they've been successful in, or they're going to be like Jason Spriggs and just be a fucking terrible and somehow get stayed in the game.
Or Jordan Morgan.
Jordan Morgan, give him a break. This is his first year starting. I still have hope for him. He definitely was the weak point this game.
And the last game.
He's
and the game before that.
Our O-line is kind of in shambles right now. We're paying a money pit for Aaron Banks to be the next David Bakhtiari. So
I think Zach Tom is on that level right now too. He's kind of been weird after the injury.
Yeah.
But I think this is a good way to change the topic because we were talking about corners.
Mm-hmm.
Sauce Gardner gets traded to the Colts for 2 first-round picks and Adonai Mitchell, which is just absurd to me. To hear that a corner got traded for 2 first-round picks is like, in my head, I'm like, you'd lost the trade.
I couldn't think of any cornerback in the league right now that I would trade 2 first-round picks for.
Nope, not a single one. Literally. Like, it's just absurd to me. Like, you cannot have a corner be a game stopper or game record because they're only on one person. They're in their own zone. Like, they cannot change the game fundamentally as much as most other positions.
We're looking at it with the same more compensation for Sauce Gardner than we had for Micah Parsons.
I think we paid more because Kenny Clark is a lot better than Adonai Mitchell. But
I mean, yes and no. Like, he's getting up there in age and he's going to be demanding a new contract.
And he's kind of been he's easily the best D-line on the Cowboys right now. Easily.
Is he?
He's been pretty good, yes.
Who do you... Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, but he hasn't played yet. I still think Kenny Clark is better.
We'll see. I think that,
Jadeveon Clowney,
that interior might be the best in the league.
Doesn't matter if they don't have a pass defense or an edge rush.
They got Jadeveon Clowney, like you said.
I think they could do as many trades as they could in a season and still have an ass secondary because they don't have a safety. They
just paid their guys too.
Way overpaid Travion Diggs. Way overpaid Deron Bland. Deron Bland had that one season with the record of pick sixes. That's more than anything. Like, logistically, we think about pick sixes. That's almost entirely luck.
Yeah, you have to have a pretty finite lane to be able to make it work.
It's he had some that were pretty crazy, but most of them were just a straight line.
Not something that you create a massive contract for.
Yeah, exactly. It's like those are both corners that are not locked down whatsoever. They're ball hawking because they like to bait the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
which in turn lets them get burnt like crazy.
I'm going back and forth. Like, the only cornerback I could think right now, this is in this utopia where I could pick out any corner I want in the league. It would have to be Pat Surtain.
I still don't think
you would have to be an incredibly cornerback needy team. They have to be like the last piece in the puzzle.
Also, he's kind of more unique than Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner almost entirely stays on the receiver or like on the outside zone, but Patrick Surtain gets lined up as safety all the time. Yeah. He goes into the linebacker
He's incredibly versatile.
He's incredibly versatile, and he's arguably, like, some people will even call him a safety. Like, he's usually back there or blitzing as a safety. So it's like, I think there's a huge difference between Sauce Gardner and Patrick Surtain just because the versatility, the play calling, the leadership.
Yeah, you're not gonna have Sauce at safety.
No.
Speaking of which, I have a question for you. So officially, the Pittsburgh Steelers have announced that Jalen Ramsey will be starting at safety.
That's cool.
Some people think
that's the move.
Some people think it's a loss of step, but I'm with you. I'm with you in the way that I feel like this can unlock his strengths.
Did you not? And like when he had those corner blitzes against the Browns, he had 2 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, just the play calling, and you got to realize, like, as you're getting older, the only thing that really truly declines rapidly is your speed, because like a 0.1 second difference is game changing.
Yeah.
And he still has that boom. He still has that hit stick.
He's been laying out people like every week.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
It's been incredibly consistent.
I think we honestly might have said to do that at the beginning of the season. Like, that makes a ton of sense to me. As long as you don't overpay him like Jamal Adams.
I was gonna say, I didn't the Seahawks trade for Jamal Adams for multiple first-round picks?
2, yeah. It's the same shit.
That is rough.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the graphic of all the defensive players that have been traded for multiple first-round picks, and just to see Jamal Adams sandwiched in there, it was crazy.
I think DBs in general might be a bad move. I think Pat Surtain is the exception because, like you said, like I said, is so versatile.
I think it's going to be interesting to see. We kind of went from this portion of the NFL back in the day where it completely relied on physicality, and now it's more speed and skill. And now I feel like we're starting to get to a point where you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and their biggest strength is size. Look at their entire offense.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if more teams will start to sacrifice
speed,
production, like upfront collegiate production, for a size and weight at the position that complements a defensive scheme better.
I think
instead of just the best player available.
I agree, and I've always kind of had this thought of, like, I think Darnell Washington is an amazing tight end, and I think it's kind of weird that it's not only. I mean, I get why you need a speed tight end, but I think it's not. It's kind of weird that we don't have that as the norm.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you not want basically another O-line?
That's basically what they used to be before they became this prototypical position.
And then, like, he's still a good pass catcher, breaking tackles. But I think
no one wants to bring down a fucking 300-pound tight end.
I think it's kind of weird that it is not more common.
Yeah, I think the Steelers are definitely going to lead by example. It's very fun to see. I think the Steelers' offense is one of my favorite to watch in the league for that reason.
I think it's because of the Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, of course, yes. But
I love watching Steelers.
The 3 tight end system with all varying sizes and speeds of tight ends is pretty fun to watch.
Speaking of Steelers.
With DK Metcalf.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of Steelers and Colts.
Yeah.
Steelers beating the Colts. Pretty cool. Aaron Rodgers, like, you know, he had a good game.
MVP.
But really, like, that Steelers defense finally locked in. And, like, Aaron Rodgers, no picks, obviously. Why would he throw one? 1 touchdown, 200 some yards. And, you know, it's a solid game out of him. But if that's enough to win a game, they're going to be so good. But it's all about that defense. The offense has been consistent.
They've been very flippy-floppy.
Yeah, and I'm excited to watch the team for the rest of the season. I think they can get 12 wins if they really like do well on defense like they were doing against the Colts.
I wanted to quick go over the other trades that happened right before the deadline. We talked about Quinnen Williams for a first and Mozzie Smith, which I think is pretty fair.
The Jets won both of those trades.
I think the Jets definitely won both the trades because it's a 2027 first-round pick, a 2026 second-round pick, and Mozzie Smith.
They're gonna have
Mozzie Smith has been pretty good.
They're gonna have 3 first-round picks next season.
They're gonna have 5 first-round picks in 2 years.
Yeah. And they're still going to be ass.
They're not going to put something together. They're going to have to clean
They could be amazing, but, just get rid of the owner and you're set.
Oh, my God. Imagine. Can you imagine if the Jets had a different owner? They
imagine they just become the Packers. They're like, F it, we're not going to have an owner. Here you go, buy the team.
You could not tell me
billionaires.
The Jets would not be like double the net worth if they had the entire city in New York investing into them.
I mean, it would be mostly rich people, though. But, think about Gary Vee, bro. Gary Vee would buy that so fast.
Oh, my God. Don't even get me started. So, Jalen Phillips went to the Eagles from the Dolphins for a third-round pick. Drummond Jones to the Ravens from the Titans for a conditional 5th. Not really a big deal. Cincinnati's Logan Wilson goes to the Cowboys.
It's kind of interesting.
I think the Cowboys are really building a defense to compete.
I like how they
whether if their offense can actually
traded
stay consistent.
for players on terrible defenses.
Yeah,
like Eric Wilson's on a terrible defense. Quinnen Williams on it. I still don't know how the Jets defense is so bad. Like, it's because Sauce isn't good. I've been saying this the entire season. Sauce is not good. He's I think he's genuinely an average cornerback in my mind, and I hope he proves me wrong, but I just really don't think that's going to happen. He's been burnt all season.
I can't wait to run all of these episodes transcripts through an AI just to pick out every single take we've had to see if all of them match up or not.
That'd be fun to do at the end of the season.
Yeah, I definitely some off-season material.
If I had a lock for this week as a prediction is that the Jets destroyed the Colts with this trade. I don't think it's even close.
It's not close. It's not close. Absolutely not. It's just you need to have – if you're going to place 2 first-round picks, which is like your entire near future on a specific player, they need to make a game-wrecking impact.
I just saw the 2 first-round picks. I'm like, holy, they got scammed, and then they put Adonai Mitchell too. I'm like, what the hell is the Colts doing?
I don't agree with that whatsoever.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense to me.
In my mind, I don't think the Jets were planning on trading him. I think.
So do you think this moves the needle at all for the Colts this season?
Slightly, but I really don't think it's significant for the playoffs in my mind. I still think they're going to lose first or second round.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones, 4 turnovers this week. He had a fumble and 3 picks.
You can see he was looking shaken up behind the line.
Yeah, but 2 of those picks really weren't his fault. Now I rewatched the game. They were tipped up in the air and then intercepted. But the fumble was like a Cam Ward fumble, and then not that bad, but it was pretty bad. And then another pick was really bad, and it really did remind me of prime Daniel Jones. I happened to start him this week.
Of course, he knew that you were starting him.
342 yards passing though.
That's pretty damn good.
It's enough.
Talking about fucking Joe Flacco,
460.
470.
470. Yeah.
470 yards.
His previous record.
Still lose is. This is mind-blowing.
His previous record was 389 on the Ravens.
Holy.
It's insane that you can be 42 years old and get a career high. It's in 41, 40. Anyway, he's 40 plus years old.
You can tell he wanted to be in bed by the end of the game.
I think it's pretty cool how bad Jake Browning is. Because think about how unsuccessful he was on the exact same team.
Yeah.
And then you see Joe Flacco play on the Browns, and he was abysmal. So imagine Jake Browning on the Browns. Jake Browning his pants.
Dude, Browning on Browns.
Yeah.
Browning on Browns. That's gonna be how we're gonna cap off today. Think about it as you go to sleep. Think about it. Make it your mantra while you meditate. Browning on Brown.
Hey, Monday Night Football. Yeah. Eagles, Packers.
I think this game will be a statement, and I'm kind of at the place with the Packers where I'm leaning towards the negative, but kind of in the neutral state of things. If we could pull off,
I'm pretty positive because that Panthers game felt really similar to the Browns game, where it was play calling entirely and not anything to do with psychologically with the team. You could tell that it was just bad play calling almost entirely, which is part of Matt LaFleur's mantra or something. But
so we'll see if he can pull it together.
One more thing though, our mom's going to the game.
We're kind of cooked.
And she's like 0-4 last season.
We're kind of cooked.
Yeah, so we'll
if we lose, comment down below. Blame our mom, and we'll have her read all of your amazing comments. But anyways, if you got to this point in the podcast, thank you so much for watching. Yes. We do put a lot of effort in this, and we really appreciate it if you made it this far. If you have made it this far, you might as well like and subscribe. I mean, it's the least you could do.
We just provided you 40 minutes of content.
Yeah. We're not like a Twitch streamer that's saying that you shouldn't be watching us for free and you need to donate to us. We're just asking for you to click 2 buttons and be on your jolly way.
It'd be pretty nice of you.
Yeah. And if you did want to send us money, we're not opposed to that either.
Yeah. Please.
All right, everybody. Have a good rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you on Victory Tuesday.